Good morning. I'm joined by Dr. Barbara Smith. And Barb, who's been in education for more than 40 years and has taught and embraced various leadership roles in a variety of schools across the globe. With a background in school accreditation, she has opened 3 new schools in her career as a principal. And among other highlights, she's a very successful author and now consultant. Barb, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on Voices of Change. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for the invitation, Michael. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, let's just start off with, tell us a little bit more about yourself and why you sort of pursued a career in education.
Well, it started when I was very young. I was always admired these young teenagers who were leaders at the YMYWCA when I was I grew up in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And I just wanted to be like them. So I really admired them, and I thought I would like to be doing what they're doing. So I decided I would volunteer. When I think I was 12 years old, I was allowed to be a leader in the swimming pool and also in the gymnastics area. So that's what started it. And once I had the responsibility, then I really liked it because I enjoyed helping others. And so it was that simple. That's probably the best way to describe it. And I knew before I even went into high school, for example, that I wanted to be a teacher because this is what teachers do, and that's pretty much what started it. And then I guess I always had teachers because as a teacher, I had school leaders, I had colleagues, and more importantly, I had students who were my teachers in many ways. Because if something wasn't working, they would tell me, and I would learn. Yeah. And I would try to figure out a way to make it work for everybody. So that's how I got into the whole area. And I found that it wasn't always easy taking on responsible roles in various kinds of leadership capacities, but I found that it was rewarding, and I would say it certainly pushed me to try to be better for others and helping them. So that's a simple way. It kind of started at the why, and and here I am today, and still trying to help. So
that's lovely, Barb. And one of my favorite quotes is "Relationships drive school improvement," and you're certainly coming from that empathy background and beginning. Which that's the beginning. And so I'm interested in your thoughts on the future of education, and more specifically, what role leaders like yourself play in shaping that.
Well, I think I need to begin with the reality is that I believe that the best way to be educated, there isn't one way. And the more we have people that are in decision-making roles that think there's only one way that can be, quote, replicated or certainly scaled to size so that everyone is doing that one right thing. I think that's something that worries me. But I believe that there are more informed leaders that understand that every school and every chemistry of people within a school are distinct, and the more that they understand that you can have many different quality schools, there is no such thing as a single one. So I believe that teachers and students need to be part of the decisions that are made for the future of school improvement. I don't think you can have improvement without change. So there has to be a sense of, well, what changes next? And I know as a school leader, I've often thought about school improvement plans and strategic plans and saying, why are they different? And why you go to this amount of work that's involved in the time investment in both of them. If you constantly have a continuous improvement model, then it should be, what's next. And I think that's something that you have to think about. So we can't have other people outside of the classrooms always making all the decisions for the people inside the classroom. That's, I think, the situation we're in now, where they have engagement problems with teachers and with students, especially when you have these classroom management issues that are coming up. We're looking at things we can't control as the problem, as opposed to what about the curriculum? What about how we're teaching? What is it we can do that can make things more engaging for everyone that's there? So I do think the future, it depends on who's in the decision-making roles. Those that have a growth mindset and understand that cultures are distinct, I think, are going to be moving schools in a forward direction. Those that think there's a single solution, and if they're in a position of responsibility and they have, quote unquote, the power, then they could be moving backwards. And so, well, right now I'm writing and talking to people and trying to get people to rethink very fixed positions about what schools should be.